DCEU is supposed to be the competitor to Marvel, to the MCU, right? Because what? Because they're both movies, you know?
Because they're superheroes, I guess.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just saying that they're just on that level. They're theatrical or whatever, right? I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, MCU is getting into television and stuff, but let's just hold that right there, right? And then okay, so every time a DC movie comes out, it's not recepted as well as an MCU movie does, right? And then they're like, "Oh, DCEU. Oh, it's not as good as Marvel. It's not as good as MCU." But but what people don't understand here is DC had a universe. They had a on-screen universe that maybe the quality of production wasn't as good as something theatrical, but they still had an on-screen universe that was still comparable to the MCU. But nobody saw that because they're expecting to see something in the theaters. That being the Arrowverse. There was a very cohesive, very deep universe within the Arrowverse on TV. And so yeah, I just wanted to make a point of that.
Yeah, CW did a great job. I
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
they're still
gotta give them credit.
continuing. There may not. There's some things that are falling off that may not be as good. But I mean, now they got the Superman and Lois show that's coming on, which I'm really looking
Flash
forward to
season 8,
watching.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to point out this little piece of news. So there's Stargirl, right? Now, Stargirl comes from there was the app that's not a thing anymore, DC Universe, which all of its stuff has gone over to HBO Max. That stuff is just, I mean, I've discussed this before. Titans is
Doom
really good.
Patrol,
Yes,
I've heard.
exactly. So Stargirl was supposed to be part of that. I mean, it premiered on that, but then at some point when things were starting to fall off for DC Universe, Swamp Thing being canceled even before it premiered and everything, they I at some point they were like, let's go ahead and air this on the CW as well. All right. So where it was supposed to be, I don't know if they're going to connect it with the whole DC universe thing. I don't know if they're trying to create a cineverse out of that, a multi or whatever you want to call it, cinematic universe. The word at one time was cineverse.
Right.
If that was supposed to be part of that, but I don't know if they actually have one because Doom Patrol, like Titans, when it started off, there was a Doom Patrol episode with the same actors and stuff. But then watch, I don't know.
Well,
Anyways,
so going back to the CW, they had that Crisis on Infinite Earths,
yeah.
and in that they made a point to show all the universes and them disappearing
Oh
and stuff.
yeah.
So the thing that DC already has that Marvel doesn't is the multiverse.
Oh yeah. And that's also something that's comparable, competable to MCU. They have their Crisis on Infinite Earths. MCU had their
Wasn't
Infinity
as good though.
War.
I'm sorry.
Well, but they had their Infinity War and Endgame. I mean, that's just all. You're more Marvel anyway, so
Well, and I think a lot of it had to do with budget. I mean,
yeah,
you're
true.
comparing $1 billion with TV show budget.
Yeah, but they had their accumulation thing, where Marvel had that, DC had that. It
Right.
wasn't in the movies, but they had that. So, anyways, going back to Stargirl, there's this piece of news here. So it's not part of the DC Universe shows anymore. Then they've actually cemented that now this is CW, right? But before they were like, this exists separately from the Arrowverse. Well, this news that's come out now, they're getting ready to do season 2 of Stargirl, right? Evidently, John Wesley Shipp is going to reprise his role as Jay Garrick on Stargirl. So Stargirl, the whole point of the first season was that we're showing
Just
this
the Society of America.
exactly, and like Stargirl is part of this next generation of Justice Society, and at the same time we're showing flashbacks of the original generation. So now that they're saying, so John Wesley Shipp is reprising his role from The Flash, where he was Jay Garrick. He's going to be Jay Garrick on here, and then they're saying that this is the Earth he's from, the Earth that Stargirl exists in, and he was the Flash of that Justice Society.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's something new that I read here recently.